This video is about creating assessments in Smart Notebook. Once you have the Smart Notebook software opened, the first thing you're going to want to do is add a title page. There are two ways to do this. In the top left-hand corner, you'll hit Response and then Insert Title Page. Another option is on the left-hand side here. There's a yellow icon for Smart Response. If you click on that, and then you'll have Title Page. I'm going to type mine in as Geometry Vocabulary 1. My type is going to be custom, and I'm going to type Geometry Vocabulary. The reason I'm choosing a custom type is when you go into Teacher Tools and you're analyzing the assessment, you can choose all the geometry vocabulary quizzes, and you can put all the assessments on one page for each student, and you can easily track how that student is doing. It's great for seeing which students need a little bit of extra help, how they're improving, and it's great for bringing to data teams. So I'm going to click Add. If you want to change anything about your title page, you can go in and you can change anything just like you normally would on any slide. Alright, next thing is you have to add questions. So you can go to Response and you can go to Insert Question, or you can go to the Smart Response tab on the left, this yellow one, and it can go to Add a Question to the next page. This is also under Next Steps, Add a Question to the next page. You have 6 different types of questions: yes or no, multiple choice, number, fraction, decimal. If you do this one, be careful with decimals. There has to be a number in the ones place value, meaning that if the answer is like 0.2, you'll want to have the students type into their clicker 0.2. You'll have true, false, multiple answer, and then text. I recommend text for one word or very short phrases. The way students enter this is, they press one button 3 times to get to the letter C. So it takes a little bit more time, but it is still very effective. I'm going to go with multiple choice. Go to Next. I'm going to type in my question is, which is an example of a rectangular prism? I can also put standards. I can hook a standard onto this question. You go to Browse. There's different things you can show tags for. I chose Common Core State Standards, grade 7, and then this is math. So down here I'm going to click on, it says Common Core State Standards. I'm going to do grade 7. This is math. And then mine is about geometry. And I'm going to choose the standard that goes best with the question I'm asking. This assesses what if students are meeting a certain standard. So I'm going to hit Next. You can choose how many choices you want to give them. I'm going to stick with 3. I'm actually not going to type anything because I'm going to insert pictures. So Next. I choose the correct answer, and I can give an explanation if I want to. If I want to insert another question, I can hit Insert Another right now. This is the fastest way to do it, but I'm going to hit Finish. And let's say you want to see the Smart Response tab open along with your question. In the bottom left-hand corner here, it says Auto Hide. Uncheck that, and you'll be able to see both. Alright, let's say I was like, oh, I meant to say triangular prism. You can edit it just like any normal page. I'm going to drag my answer over so they're a little spread out. And then I'm going to go into Google, and I'm going to find a triangular prism. I'm going to copy and paste it and drag it where I need it to go. If I want to change the answer on properties, you'll see answer key, just hit show, and then you can change the answer right there. Alright, I'm going to insert another question. I can do this under Next Step to add a question to the next page, or I can go to the response at the top left and go to Insert Question. And this time, let's do a text one. And let's say a rectangular prism has 6 blank. And and they have to fill in the blank in. A cool thing about the text option is you can type in multiple ways to spell something. So if spelling is not important to the question you're asking, then you can type in 4 different answers that would be acceptable. Then I'm going to hit finish, and there's my question. When creating an assessment, you have some options with the delivery mode. So if you're on the title page of your assessment, go to Properties, and if you scroll down a little, it says Assessment Delivery Mode. You can choose all questions at their own pace. What I'll do is sometimes I give a group or even an individual a worksheet, and they can work on that on their own and enter those answers whenever they're ready to. Another option is the currently displayed question only. So whatever question is projected on your smartboard, they can only answer that one and they cannot go ahead. As far as feedback goes, you have 4 options. The first one is you can wait till all students are done with the quiz. You have to stop the assessment before they see if they got the questions right or wrong. You could also do it once each student is done with all their questions and hits finish, they can see if they got them right or wrong. This option does allow students to see the right or wrong answers before other students are finished. You can also allow them to see it after each question is answered. So they answer question 1, they automatically see if it's right or wrong. Then another one is just don't show grades on clickers at all. They will have no idea if they got it right or wrong even after you stop the assessment. Alright, so this is how you create just a typical assessment. Another option with creating assessments is to do it within your direct instruction. So let's say I'm introducing angles to my class. I'm going to create my title page for the quiz, and then I'm going to give notes. We're going to take notes, we're going to talk about acute angles, we're going to go over some real life examples, and we're going to talk about examples that are around the room. Then I can ask them a question, and they put it in their clicker real quick. And then we go on to obtuse angles, talk about them in the real world, talk about them around the classroom, and then I could insert another question. The great thing about doing this is that it allows all students to be engaged. They know they have to pay attention because they're going to be asked a question that the teacher gets immediate results. It also is great formative assessment for the teacher because it allows the teacher to know, all right, they know this, I can move on. Or, wow, I might not have explained that well enough, I better spend some more time on it. So this is a very useful tool when you do direct instruction. So there's other ways to create assessments in Smart Notebook.